of seeing, we talked about two of the kind of win conditions here for ZETA. Actually, Dep and TENN having a very slow start here.
Yes.
Whether or not they're going to be able to springboard off this timeout.
So
look at the purchase. I mean, thereabouts. I mean, with the round we saw with the S.
My God, my bad.
Some G's thrown in the mix. I'm pretty confident we're going to try and string something together here.
I'm not sure.
This does turn a lot of the attention rightly towards Dep and TENN this round. Looking at the purchase purely on that term, I want to see if they can find a bit more impact, and I think the desk kind of highlighted at the start, seeing Dep, now on the jet. A couple of the other roles kind of being switched around to an extent. We have to see the depth of ZETA now, out of that comfort zone we know they look very solid in. So it does kind of readdress that point and reaffirm it as something to keep in the forefront of your mind. We go back into this and we look towards those rifles that are in place. Early contact through middle, looks like that's something they want to try and figure out themselves here.
Oh my God, Link with one kill right there.
Easy first blood.
Yeah. We could have found so many of them. So far. As was Sheriff in hand. We spotted out by Jamppi. Forced back onto site. But now you can see just the adjustment post engagement here, especially with the first blood coming through. Catching with the wide swing. Depth response, so quickly traded out and Liquid find everything. Sugar Zero, the last man standing.
The script for Liquid right now is perfect. Yeah. They are playing the perfect tune. Everything's looking good.
So it's
this is
two teams that last are having and lower sets
we are not messing around
battling
anymore. This
it
is
out
just composure. And it's almost
really remember.
not as an exciting, obviously explosive
game,
but if you're a Liquid fan,
right now.
this is exactly what the Doctor ordered. They needed a map like this to just get themselves back to where they should be. Just reaffirm some of those worries they were having before, that they were finding none of the early work they wanted. Now these nice sight hits coming through, good defaults at the start, just kind of catching and dealing with everything. And I'm glad you highlighted kind of Nivera's impact over towards that A site as well. The amount he's been able to control kind of going towards sewers, it's very hard to take that space away from him.
You think here, I mean, ZETA not really being in a position. These first ones are coming
right now, Team Liquid
so early and so far away from Liquid, even leaning towards the site. They can't really make use of what looked so good for them on Fracture, because these ratty little traps set up, these close contact crossfires. I mean, I think that's what they're trying to achieve, which is why we were almost seeing them over-rotate in every single round here. Again, initially 3 towards C, and now this 4-man stack towards A. Dep posted up with the operator, and again, doesn't even want to entertain a peek towards A lobby.
So they're committing A now. Now they...
Okay. They do continue to build this way, which does seem highly likely at this point.
The Scar.
Flash sent out to middle, gets nothing, so they feel as though maybe they can stick around this longer.
ZETA are in A, they are holding the site. And Jet gets in, gets killed, another kill. Another kill with a frenzy. Oh, 3 kills. Scream gets 3 kills. Sugar gets traded. And Laz.
The method to the madness is correct this time.
Now 4 agents left.
From map
Team Liquid has 4 agents left, and Laz is the only one that's left from the other side. But I trust you, Laz. We got no, you ain't got that.
And Liquid just going through the motions. This is good stuff.
And even in a round there where everybody's in the right place at the right time, I think
more one-sided than I thought it would be.
Up in that fault line. So not even an opportunity to make use of this stack. Yeah, Scream gets it so quick. Again, the timing on the paranoia is perfect for him. I'm not actually sure, was TENN actually in his Trailblazer there as the hit comes through?
They kind of need to do this, because I think if we are being very realistic about how
the skin is
pretty nice. It was just
talk about skin.
Flat. I think flat is the main word.
Scream. They're not committing anywhere right now. And we got Scream. Oh, there's gonna be a confrontation at garage.
But they're a team that has accolades and that has history.
Showing what's the real Jet. Dep versus
bracket at times.
Scream.
ZETA getting tested on a map that just, I've got to be
back away and they're committing C you out. There's no one in C. This could be their chance. Unless you Killjoy and Jet checks the other side.
Adjustment in any of these setups.
Oh, Killjoy saw it.
Could criticize maybe these over rotations coming through. They just haven't found anything to kind of lean on, any sort of stability to find here.
Ooh, Laz gets killed.
Again,
Scream with a nice entry. Scream getting the fire from its entry.
Up for the taking as the spike makes its way through. Soulcas going to find Sugar Zero for free. It's a flash though. Try and find him maybe a little bit of damage on the way back in. Yeah, Jen's done well. Def finds another. They're still mechanically outstanding ZETA.
It's an equal round and they're holding pretty nice.
It's all there for Liquid.
It's 3v2 now, 3v2.
So might have to work on that.
Oh.
Already Def's going to put him to work.
Now just got a gun. Oh,
Maybe they're still hoping this.
so,
Nivera is still standing.
Nivera with
Nivera
Nivera gets a kill. Nivera holding it in. Everybody clutching nowadays.
A very Liquid-esque round on site.
Imbe. When to play. It's freaking loading right now, so I don't really know what to do.
Very Liquid-esque.
He's there to bail him out. We'll find their eighth.
Choose one. Which one do you think is gonna win?
I'm curious as to what's behind this. Yes, Blade Store available to offset that final round purchase.
Choose one. Let's do a dare game or something like that.
Together.
If you lose.
You see, is Depp actually going to throw the operator in the mix here? Important isn't just yet.
Which one do you think? I mean, Team Liquid is winning right now. I don't want to.
A little odd considering, I think.
Just leave it now. If it was from the beginning, then we would have been something like that.
At this point, if that's what they feel their best opportunities are, with that maybe him being.
You're gonna choose ZETA. Okay, I'll go with Team
Goes for
Liquid.
it. Link is all too aware.
Team Liquid is 8 wins.
Lingering
Do
in the
you know
shallows, the
that?
backline. Scream's gonna pop it as well. And there it is.
Yeah,
Steps in
bet
danger.
what you wanna bet it on?
He does keep his life for now. But it's time to test that default we've seen Liquid run.
The first time, honestly, but it's kind of a solo mission. No real support
If you
system in
lose
place
to
there
that,
for Depp
fuck you,
to even find
man.
any sort of value.
Are you gonna die if you lose, bro?
Imagine he just charges way onto B site here and it's wide open for the taking.
On Depp coming in from the other side.
Oh,
Oh, nice spray by Scream. Oh, Scream gets another kill. And a fourth one. No, it doesn't. It's only Crow with low HP in now. It was doable, but a hard doable at that, so.
Oh, what a polarizing performance here from Liquid again. On the brink of actually closing this out. 10-2, like I said, we'll see what the purchase looks like. And how it settles for ZETA. This is just ridiculous.
All headshots.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh.
My bad. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Crosshair placement king. 2 to 9.
Easy clasping. File this video released tomorrow.
And we do have stock in
Hey man, fuck you man. I'm supposed to die and you're supposed to release a video, man. The odds are freaking great. The odds are freaking great, man. It's totally in my favor, right?
Unnoted thus far. Yes, they had the trade out the start, Scream and Ken.
I've got your trail.
But well, that's a bit
This
problematic.
video released tomorrow. Video release tomorrow? What you mean by video release? Like a YouTube video?
Quickness to the attack again. These A
You gotta be a bit more specific, my man.
Perfect from Liquid. Laz has to just sit back and watch a passenger in this half as Liquid are just turning every screw. Depp can do nothing. His vision finally gets brought back in and actually finds Jamppi taking a wander. Now what else can be done? Not much. Nivera and Soulcas close down the account.
It's a TL win, and the first half ends with 10 wins for Team Liquid and 2 for ZETA.
Total lack of versatility, no adjustment really in any of these rounds. Like I said, the only time I've ever seen anybody try to challenge this has been Depp, and it was a solo mission. Laz,
okay, I will release a YouTube video tomorrow if Team Liquid loses, right? If Team Liquid wins, you have to release a video tomorrow. I was thinking of releasing a video anyway.
A sharp reminder to Liquid fans to not lose hope just yet. We'll be back in a moment after the
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're full of hopium here on the desk. I mean, we talk about teams having tough first losses in a match like this, but that was a great bounce back, Tom, considering what happened on map 1.
Well, yeah, they've gone into a map where I think compositionally they're a lot more comfortable. These are sort of the jokes I like to make about screen comps, like where it almost looks like they're trying to set up the superstar that they have on their roster. But it's also just everybody on their comfort picks, and it looks incredibly good for Liquid.
And Scream has come out all guns blazing, and this is also the player that Sliggy's talked about being the most vocal, the biggest leadership figure for Team Liquid at this event.
Watch party, and we are watching with
it's going to be
65,000
instrumental to
people.
any potential comeback, that
None of
he
them
is a
see
player that is
Mustang,
popping
though.
off, getting
Only you,
space,
my man.
being a big part of the
You, my
engine.
boy.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually want to lead it into a round that we actually have, which has him as that focal point. Because Scream is always someone that if you're going to set him up, if you're going to give him everything, he is the sort of man that will take over a round. And in this one in particular, you can just see that. Smokes in, you got the aftershock, paranoia leaving the player on the backside blind, the stuns coming through to at least try and deter the man. But at this point, he's already got a double entry.
And they set him up so well, and they have such a good game plan on this map. That to me is the biggest
Breath.
difference, because it's not like Depp is, you know, a tragic player. I've watched him online in Japan. He's been popping off. But when they come to Haven and they rely on him, it just looks like desperation, because they don't have that same level of game plan. To me, Haven looks easily like Zeta Division's weakest map that they allow you to pick, so they don't first ban it instantly. So this Liquid have instantly bounced back, and I think got all the momentum under themselves in this series. Assuming they close things out fairly comfortably here, which maybe not be a guarantee. I think they'll be feeling a lot better heading into match 3.
Yeah, well, the job is not done yet. I think we have seen some kind of comebacks here before. Let's see Pansy and Hypoc if Zeta can do
Is just being a hater, and I don't want to be a hater.
It's ambitious. I think we need to be realists about this. We know that Zeta's map pool does not go as deep in those kind of high highs that we've seen on other maps, and I think rightly put on the desk, though this is one that they do let through, but it's certainly not within the comfort zone, and you see
second half
just such a contrast to how Liquid approach it.
Now we got ZETA.
See here as Zeta can get off to a quick start here in the second half, straight through with the Trailblazer through Garage. So Liquid happy to give this up as well. Let's see.
Next match.
Not coming through early enough here, but be able to get a clean plant. No pressure coming through just yet for Liquid. Look at them, they're all tucked up, just ready to force their way back off the side.
Skies over
Fair
there.
amount of utility as well for Liquid to play with, just trying to facilitate this push back in. Depth already.
So it's a 5v5 right now. No one's dead.
Running away. Liquid finding not a great deal on the way through here. Actually, time is being drawn back. Nice work to temper the pace from Zeta still.
Time in Zeta's favor. Zeta versus.
Both now blinded.
Depp gets a kill on Nivera.
This is good from 10.
10. Oh, 10 with 4 Ks. 10 with 4 freaking Ks.
3 to 10.
The important thing to
My
note,
10, my 10, my guy 10.
But I didn't see any of that kind of scrambling to throw something. I'll see what sticks on defense. Whether or not we're going to see actually Zeta completely flip the script and be more decisive in their attacking half. I mean, this is definitely a good start.
Setup as well you can. That's why I'm still supporting him. This guy is 10. If you don't
I feel a bit more comfortable about this 7-round deficit. Zeta here. Set up with a fault line here through to A lobby.
Oh, Nivera. Oh,
Nivera. He is still standing and still firing on all cylinders. You get past one, you get greeted by another. Soulcas does dip.
2 freaking kills. He kills 10 and Laz. Now Depp goes in. Depp rushes. Oh, Depp gets another kill.
A moment here to take a breather on site.
Depp.
I don't know if you can, they're so close yet. They do just about back away. I was waiting to see if Soulcas would dare to
Scream trying for a flank, going for a flank.
To come into place. Nivera gonna find his way back.
3 people is holding A while 4 people are rushing in.
Scream's very early as well, with no utility to note it. Zeta have to be cautious of it.
Feels shaky. This doesn't feel as controlled as I'd like. Sugar Zero trying to find that difference maker, control it as best he can. Time becoming a factor though. Scream starts.
Scream coming in. Scream coming in with the kill. Oh, Scream.
The brothers in arms right now, starting and closing the round.
Scream for that guy. Scream for that guy.
Yeah, Scream just has so much
Your
time and
Valorant
space to set up this
crash.
flank.
Who you talking about?
My
Valorant crash. For that.
Link, holding a paranoia. Literally for that entire time. The execution is perfect. We talked about setting him up for success. What a great example of that.
Hard life easy.
And you do like to see him getting fired up, right? Like he is.
Nice 11-3.
It does, because again, when we talk about Liquid
Zeta
against, let's say, other opponents,
come back.
I question their ability
Zeta
to
looks
dig
fucking
a
dead
game
right now.
back from a deficit, right? That kind of like, whenever you saw, Mech, for example, like I feel like you could always see them work a game back no matter the odds. A couple other big teams can do the same. I always question that with Liquid, but if he can be the one to kind of keep that morale up, but we go back in, Nivera has to respect that. And yeah, missing the first.
Let's go into this 2 rifles in the hands of Depp and TENN. Stinger and 2 sheriffs elsewhere. So we can get done here. Actually, Scream posted.
Yeah, so they're not really committing anywhere. But then they're gonna commit to C, right?
Towards C and Garage here from Liquid. Nivera actually holding super deep.
Committing to C. 3 garage, 4 garage now.
What's Jose to do with this? They've been given a little bit of room to work.
Set
I do want to see how they approach it. Liquid can
TL
play so
moving
much
in
of
a
that early
really
protocol
great way.
information finding that
They
can
got
do here,
the
but
C
Soulcas is
covered.
interesting.
And then there's one holding
Flash back
A.
up in 5 as well if he wants both. He's just holding ground.
Oh,
The commitment.
Soulcas about to die. Soulcas, oh, Soulcas.
Conviction in approach.
Fucking that Soulcas got killed by
no idea
10.
how he's done it. Read the play so perfectly, but they're still looking like they want to hit up that C site. Split in through Garage and Jamppi has to be careful not get caught.
Oh, that got killed by Link.
The man is precise.
Set a 10 trades, nice trade by 10. Oh, Scream gets a nice trade too. 10 with another trade, and 10 gets a kill on Nivera. Oh my god.
They are keeping them alive.
10 be the one that's clutching right now.
It's the perfect response. It's just the one member of Liquid, I think, that plants the seed that they're going to need to rotate here. The timing of the execute onto C, perfect. I'm not sure if they heard.
Oh my god. You should be supporting ZETA. You're the one that's it. You lost. And you're picking ZETA. That's your team.
It did eventually push up through sewers, but
so I guess you right now.
We're talking about Liquid's ability to find free first bloods, and they'll come much more free than that.
Oh.
Absolutely no line of sight at all. Scream straight down. See long here with Paranoia. See the counter fault line coming through from Crow. Try and catch somebody off.
It's a weird buy coming out from Liquid. Look at the state of it.
Sugar Zero misplaced this.
Far less than ideal. To bank a little on Scream in this one. Soulcas
still not committing anywhere. They got a nice 1 minute before having to plan the spike.
Pivot factor for them.
Puts a long 1 minute.
They to slow an approach once again.
Oh, there's only Nivera at A.
Every single round now.
There's only Nivera. Nivera is freaking reading, so.
Spots them. He knows the game on now. Can't get what he wants. Has to.
Now,
bend the knee, fall away slightly.
Soulcas
address it potentially.
Rotates.
And ZETA are closing the gap fast.
Comes
no
for A.
They want that
now
space,
they get an easy plan, but so time will be on their side. But Astro could be doing something right now. Oh, Scream gets a kill. Scream gets a kill. He makes
never turns it down. You can see that opportunity beckoning. And ZETA now in that 4v5. Bear in mind the weapons are still
Sugar Zero trying to make a clutch play from the back. But he needs to come faster. They are battling right now. It's a 2v2.
And the slow flank. I don't think they know that Sugar Zero could be and now he has to reveal
oh, Sugar Zero couldn't clutch. Sugar Zero couldn't clutch this. He could have been. That was a doable round, but that was an easy round for them.
Not a million miles away. 3.9 seconds left on that. If they could buy just a little more time on
broken
site, maybe
shit,
Sugar
man.
Zero
You're the one that did say you would support it, so I guess you are gonna have to be a man of your words, otherwise you're a freaking woman. Not trying to be sexist, but then that's how it is.
Again, with a scrappy investment, a full force buy actually.
Yeah, with 12 and sets up with 4.
See where ZETA sit now in terms of their
it can't be freaking hard for ZETA to clutch this if they can. I mean,
no
they probably can't.
Liquid on that point here to fourth and third.
Let's watch what happens
here
next.
The ult's being invested into. Nivera has his now.
Nivera going deep.
On the other side,
they are committing to C. ZETA is committing to C.
Try and fight for it. Just gonna pop in the utility, but Depp's ahead. And the patience begins. Who blinks first?
ZETA might clutch this, man. Feminism 200%. Oh my god.
There's been no pressure towards.
It was a joke, man. Take a joke.
Still in this kind of weird spot up top.
Let's take a joke.
You should be unchecked here. Well, Depp's actually going to make a dash up draft.
freaking bored right now.
Shots, but he's actually got Jamppi here in support as well.
So they're going for B. It's the easiest to take, but it's the easiest to retake too. You can get attacked from everywhere.
Just starting to drift slightly further back here. Oh. There it is, reveal. Scream's already found 10. Depp couldn't do anything with it. And now left in a little bit of no man's land. You gotta be careful he doesn't overpush this. Laz trying to take space in the meantime, up by Sewer. And you're gonna see instantly soulcas comes back around, unafraid. Stands there for the fight, retakes that side space as well. Digs in his heels. Forces Laz back, but in the meantime, now the
so guys gets a kill. Sugar Zero with the trade. Oh, Scream doing it all. Scream doing it all. Oh, Sugar Zero got a kill. Now it's Sugar Zero versus Length.
Enemy, and it's all but over 13 to 4. We are going the distance, all the maps now to be played out.
What a way to bounce back from. Look at all these kind of confidence.
TL with the win. TL with the win.
Right in everyone's head. Scream having a massive performance here. Tomba's noticed it. See on the desk previously, but they set him up for success time and time again, and they reap the rewards for that.
They absolutely do. Unfathomable how he performs like this, but you're right, it is the fact that it is tailor-made for him. Every single piece of that, you can see it from start to finish, even in the retakes, even in the post-plants. It's not just those set pieces, no, it is from start to finish. Nivera, I've got to say again, a bit of a backbone for this side as well, as a man of consistency, holding great deals of space and territory. And I think we just got a glimpse of some of the best parts of what we like to see about Liquid.
Absolutely, I mean, I think Nivera's a great talking point. He's almost like the consistency through all this madness that you see with Liquid. He's always just quietly chipping away, doing his job time and time again. That's why we see Scream and Nivera leading the scoreboard here for Liquid on Haven. Again, concerning here for ZETA, the fact that it's left in, I don't think there's many that are too surprised by this, but again, it's that defensive performance that was just totally lacking for me.
I think there's something to be said though about losing a close game and getting a blowout against you as well, like just losing in quite quick fashion. 4-13 isn't particularly a competitive scoreline, so in a weird way it's okay, shake it off, we come back in on that.
So that scoreline's almost more reflective of how map 1 went.
Yes.
To be honest with you, so the fact that Liquid, like I said, in terms of the confidence, in terms of the mental, were able to strike something back in the second half, that was a big positive for me coming to Haven.
Okay, so we've seen Liquid find their footing finally, right? It took a moment, map 1 was weird, and it was ZETA just completely dominating the pace. Map 2, it was right back into things, so now we have map 3 coming up, so do stick around, we'll be back in a moment's time.
Second match of TL versus 7-2, so, and then they lost in the other one. The last one, so ZETA might just win this. This is exactly how the TL was allowed to being win too. Punches are extremely fast. I don't know what to watch right now because we didn't really start right now. Tenz is probably watching ZETA versus Liquid right now. Yeah, he's watching ZETA versus Liquid too. And he's got 69,000 people watching with him. Man, that freaking sucks. I'm staring at my phone again. Compare that to mine, which has one. When it gets a little higher, you understand. No one lost to put on that. I think you lost if you're talking about one match, but I thought we were talking about the whole thing, so it's 1-1, so no one lost right now. God lost against Optic right now. Oh yeah. Oh no. I think they did. Visit. Optic gaming is at 34 points. Top 9 is at 13 points right now.
We have a game on our hands. Liquid, they bounce back on Haven, which means we are guaranteed the third map here in this elimination match. Of course, I'm going to reiterate it over and over again. The next map, guys, whoever loses that one is going home. And now after the first map, I felt like maybe Liquid, they could potentially be going. But after that one, though, Saisho, how much do you feel like the script has been flipped?
It's anybody's game at this point. It's not necessarily that Liquid have all the momentum and now they're going to win map 3. I think it just showcases that it depends very much so on the map, which team is actually going to be able to get the advantage. And now everything is on the line for map 3.
Yeah, I think the main thing is always for Liquid right now is comfort. Like you see the Sky coming out from soulcas look fantastic, even individually. Like you can see the confidence of him as a player. One of the other things that was definitely a bit of a worry for me is just the fall off of Crow and Laz. Now to point out, Jamppi had more kills in the first 3 rounds than those two combined the entirety of the map.
Jamppi also had more kills in the first 3 rounds than he did on the first map. So
that is also true.
It does. You know, this series really has sliced both ways. You could argue map 2 is a bit more dominant towards Team Liquid, but I think these teams are fairly even. It just comes down to their comfort on the map itself.
I mean, we've seen Liquid bounce back already. I think, obviously, when it comes to Haven, the last time we saw ZETA, it wasn't really great. How much potential do you feel like ZETA now have to bounce back when it goes to split?
Again, I think it's something where they could reset their mental. I don't think you're that worried about Haven, frankly. These guys know that they're not great on the map. They're under no delusions that they were going to finish this one out 2-0. And so I think for a team that's already succeeded at so much at this event and shown such patient, diligent play, it would be uncharacteristic for them to suddenly lose their heads in this final map. I know it's high pressure, and I know that the whole of Japan is really, you know, resting on these shoulders, but they've done so well so far. You're just so close to being able to secure yourself top 6 at Reykjavik.
Well, I think the other thing as well is, like, both teams have come in with this kind of sketchy map pool for this event. So to end up on the third map is not really a surprise for either side. This is a map that ZETA have been trying to pick twice in this tournament already. So it's not like Split is this map that they really don't want to play. It's something they're comfortable on. And sure, it hasn't gone great so far, but they can win.
Split is going to be a really interesting map too. You've heard Jess on the desk actually talk about how fast ZETA Division is. Well, that was when they played online. And actually, they've gone from being a pretty quick team. Now they are averaging. They're planting the spike in the final 20 seconds of the...
Valorant esports. I don't really remember who's winning what right now, so checking round 1. Here it's upper bracket. G3 Sports won this round, right? And Loud won this one. It's Optic Gaming versus what? Oh, they're gonna be like that. Lower bracket is okay. G3 Sports won twice, while Team Liquid won once. And oh yeah, that's how it went. DRX won against P4X, and Optic Gaming won against the God, right? And it's gonna be Loud versus G2 next, while Optic Gaming versus DRX. Okay, set that lower bracket. Oh yeah, that's how it's going right now. Set this one. And next we'll have P4X versus the God. Yeah, that's how it goes. So finals will be between whoever wins this one and whoever wins this one, right? Okay, now I get it.
Comfort picks benefiting both sides. You know, obviously Laz not being on that chamber.
So what we're supposed to be doing? It's a debate if crouching is good.
I think he goes for the 100 bits. Tell us once and for all, is crouching good in this game? Depends on the context. I don't think always crouch spraying is good, but I think it's fine.
Paantami, views per hour Tomiga. With IQ down by miss views per hour comes to now. There's undecided to stem 3.5 thousand views per hour Lumo. 1 hour ago it's got 109,000 views per hour. Got to be 3.5 thousand Jamppi. Undecided to sense.
And I think I do now.
I mean, it's not easy to bounce back though, right? I know we just saw Liquid do it, but they've always been kind of good on Haven. They kind of revamped a little bit and they looked confident on Haven. But do you feel like ZETA look comfortable enough on Split, after losing to G2 the way they did, that they can snatch this out of Liquid?
Yeah, I do. And here's the reason. G2 are the only EMEA team here that are actually playing at full strength. I mean, you've got Liquid, who have been all over Wonky Town and coming into this event just like trying to patchwork things back.
They also lost to NIP.
Yes, but at the same time, NIP are a really good team on Split. This team is good.
Okay. So Reactivate. Sentinels
on this map, and I think they're good enough to be able to take some serious scalps. And I'm not saying ZETA Division of hands
don't know what I'm supposed to watch next.
It's going to be a dominant map like the previous two.
What should I watch?
This is going to be a real scratch fest. It is winnable for either side, but to me,
I can't watch this right now.
Better game plan, and they're on their comfort roles.
I can't watch this one. I think everybody likes a trick
Welcome
shot.
to the Ultimate TikTok Challenge. Win a challenge, win a star. First to 4 wins it all.
So win the challenge, win a star. Oh, they're having a TikTok thing. Who freaking me? Oh. So the blue guy won. Oh.
This is the tablecloth challenge. Let me show you how it's done, boys. This is a lot harder.
There's all 5 of them start, and all the time one of them gets it right. At least one of them gets it right. Yeah. Is it really the first dig? Oh no, man. Because sometimes maybe all of them could get it wrong, you know. None of them wins or something. Do they repeat it till someone gets the whole thing right?
Work it. Oh, I feel really good.
I remember that and the minute to minute thing. Is that on TikTok? I don't really watch TikTok that much, so I don't really know. But
Feels phenomenal. Next challenge. 25 balloons, 25 darts. Most balloon pops is the winner.
oh,
I missed the board.
Just crossed my mind that if you throw the darts up, they might all swipe down and pop all the balloons.
Wow, bold strategy, Cotton.
oh, it did work.
I don't come up with great ideas very often, but I think that might have been one.
As much as I would like to take Corey's technique, this will be my own version. Corey, Cotton!
Okay, the one that came up with the idea did win. Maybe can guess. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, that's what we want to watch, right? Not too perfect. Let's go with it. That's what you want to watch. That's what we're gonna watch.
Previously,
I do have assignments tomorrow. I might not be able to upload videos.
Expectations. We know how Liquid are going to want to play this one. Fairly all in towards B.
Don't take it serious. Get serious, take more VC.
Bodies here.
Yeah, ZETA's now
So
got 2 players on the site, 2 towards heaven, actually committing towards hell for depth here too, and the slow on the hit Gonna deny easy access in the walls.
That's same tip.
Okay, so it's 5v5 and
the cross not going to be ideal because Laz wants to challenge a little bit on this. Going to be toyed with by Scream. Dangerous name to be saying, but they kept their composure. Slipping towards the back of the pillar. They haven't fully given up side control just yet. It's that back and forth. The waning side control.
Oh, Nivera with nice headshot. Oh, right click, man. Oh, crow. Oh, Deb with the right click. It's a 2v2. Oh, it's a 2v2.
Oh, shoved on in. Link still alive, 40 HP.
Link and Nivera versus Deb and TENN.
Spike still down to the back of the site. They don't have to cook this. Deb's still trying to keep a little bit of space, but look at the creep from Nivera.
Oh, Deb got the kill. Deb got the kill.
Get that headshot, I do not know. And Link, a fight on two fronts, one right, one left, and the spike not to hand. He has to pick his poison. Falls back away, gets the spike back, does what he can with this. But now the double swing, ZETA. Get things started right with the first round on the board.
Nice, ZETA is recommend this time, man. Let's go, ZETA. I knew ZETA was.
Any of these opportunities that Liquid had to
Let's go, my Asian brothers. Let's go, my Asian brothers.
But that man just goes huge in the pistol round.
Gotta support our Asian brothers, don't we?
Genuinely, that kind of like readdress of trying to creep, you know, the pillar there looked so good, not to be at all. Wow, this is such a
tense start.
Game. No,
what a tense start to the decider.
I feel like there's such like a characterization of the whole game we're about to see.
Okay.
Just super intense from the word go. Flash confirms
So they are
players on the
committing.
other side, so TENN should be on red alert.
Not really committing anywhere. They just checking the ground, man. Checking the water, man.
Position to do some real damage here if Nivera
oh,
just that. Jamppi on the other side.
Fucking 10 with the judge. 10 with the judge. Jamppi got low HP. Low HP. Jamppi on low HP.
You have to instantly deny Liquid kind of what we saw on map 2, that like, okay, we've got our protocol list, we can go through motions as we determine them. And I'm glad to see ZETA already kind of meeting that with fire. This is like such a different side. You know, that last map, Haven.
Okay, so they are committing B now. They're committing B.
Early round performances from both teams. Yes. And this is one here where I think ZETA actually probably had
I get a feeling it's gonna depend on where the race comes back. How race plays it. I don't know, man. I just get a feeling like that, but then maybe not. Because it is gonna be 4v4 anyway, so maybe.
It was unbelievable. You can see the resilience inside. This round shouldn't be much to write home about considering.
Oh, Raze is rotating, flanking. Raze is flanking.
So any damage is good.
Oh, Crow gets a kill. Crow gets a kill.
Soulcas down. And a couple more on the back of it working up as well. Laz.
Oh, they ain't got enough time. This could be an easy win for ZETA. Oh, Jamppi with 2 freaking martial kills.
Jamppi doing Jamppi things, but it's 2 for ZETA.
Nice. Jamppi almost did it. Jamppi almost had it. Now they're gonna be buying out.
Crow decided to settle on sheriffs are plenty. Should be able to ride this out. Just finding the definition of constellations. 2 headshots there.
Those headshots
close things
right
out.
there.
Again, with how this has gone, Liquid not really. I mean, other than Jamppi 2 off the Rolling Thunder. Soulcas really worked toward in terms of the showstopper.
Maybe ZETA.
They can close this out.
Cut Mendoza. I am rooting for ZETA. I have been rooting for ZETA. I want to root for ZETA and DRX. DRX,
early intention
the ones.
towards B here, and actually ZETA might even come out.
I didn't catch it.
No,
absolutely not. It looked like they wanted to swing on that. You can see Scream sitting anti-flash for a second or two there just in case there was another
that big. If an Asian team wins, then they won't be like our server. They won't defame our servers. Oh, Astra got killed by Soulcas. Oh, Deb gets a headshot. It's Scream and Link versus Crow, TENN and Laz. TENN.
Have a look on that one. Oh, I've got a judge. You want to hit a rotation? Not here.
Actually gonna wall up, no way. Does he expect it on top? He should see him. He's got
oh my god. Judge with the judge play.
Oh, it's looking fumbly here from Liquid already.
Judge play going smooth with that guy.
the round 3.
TENN does do it all. TENN and Dep.
Dep again.
Oh.
Okay, just put him in a he has no options here, but still delivers. And actually the snake bite to bail him out as well, finding this final bit of damage onto Nivera.
That's a tilter for me. If I'm Liquid, I'm tilted. I'm getting frustrated.
Okay, it's a 3 wins for ZETA. ZETA might just win it all, man.
They got so deep onto
in the
B-side
whole
as well.
freaking day,
They were
man.
like wrapped on pillow. Like soulcas was super deep on that. Like him getting traded isn't the worst thing in the world for me either. It's just that the follow-up, the peaks were just giving Dep a little too much. Exactly. Okay, back to the drawing board a little here for Liquid, and it's like, hey, welcome back to ZETA, the team that has caused problems for so many others. It is exactly that. It's so different. Dep already gonna find Link, cuts him off from the rest. No chance even to come back for a trade. Ball goes up. Mid's no longer yours.
There's just so much to slow down any mid progress. Again, it's the cycling of smokes, it's the poison orb, it's the snake bite, then it's the sage util.
Oh, Scream gets a kill with the sheriff.
Sugar Zero towards B.
Headshot.
Spike comes through. Laz actually slapping heaven as well, though.
Okay. A little worried that
Scream is playing.
Laz was still kind of
Sage.
actually over peaking, but was
Two
kind of having a
people
little
who
glance
play
towards
Jet
it.
always play Sage,
to talk
man.
about here once that wall drops.
It's
Now we have to
like
focus on towards heaven, CT. Main choke before Scream away now. Gives away a little bit of the game here. TENN now seems hyper aware of the chance of that lurk, but they have to start addressing the site.
they don't have an off shield to do something like that. It's like whoever wants to can just play it, I guess. This is how they play. Oh, Dep. Oh!
Keeps control to stand, and the round will go to ZETA. That's 4 now.
The awareness is fantastic from ZETA. Nivera unnoted throughout most of that round, so you can see actually somebody's still holding as that wall drops. Yes, he finds a kill, but
it's a 4-0. Now, Team Liquid is getting whooped right now.
Exactly what I was talking about. There's so much for Liquid to deal with in mid. Like I said, the concern comes from actually with a real lack of focus initially here towards mid. They're cutting off a massive opportunity for
Team Liquid always freaking gives an ass
like
whoop in the second round, a game match, and then loses the third match. Is that how it is? I don't know, from yesterday's and this today's, I mean the day before yesterday and today's observations. I came up with
to
that.
kind of commit almost further to it if they really want to garner that mid control, because it looks high priority for ZETA. They are not getting that for free
much,
at all.
man, I don't really know.
I think you're right, actually. This is almost an adjustment from ZETA to put
ZETA is looking good. ZETA is looking good.
Defense up in mid here, and Liquid is just they're just sat here spamming into a smoke. No progress whatsoever, and a deeper wall this time around. The first time the ZETA feels some pressure, the wall comes much deeper.
Oh, no, there is only 2 people. Oh, they're committed.
Like
they don't have anyone watching Haven. Okay, Jap is gonna watch Haven now.
What does Liquid really have left in the tank? Because ZETA didn't commit massive amounts in my mind, but they've got 3 players actually on that B site itself. They send a flash in towards main, didn't find anyone, but they're going to know the pressure's coming in from heaven at the very least. 35 seconds now. Liquid need to make this hit count, and they've got to make it pretty soon. Dep's under a little bit of pressure here. Stays unnoted for now. Does get shot by Scream.
Soulcas gets 2 kills. Soulcas gets 2 kills.
24 seconds. Don't forget he is here.
Oh, Scream gets a kill. Laz gets a kill. Link gets a kill. Nivera gets a kill, and it's over. My boys.
Methodical clearance through again, just waiting out. Like I said, after I felt that was lost out in terms of the utility investment there in mid.
Man, I was sleepy.
Also, a little bit of a fumble with the wall as well.
This might be the last match I'll watch.
Able to blast back up, and good for
sleepy.
2 on the entry as well. Really, really nice clearance there from Liquid.
Yeah, I'm freaking.
I mean, you heard it there. Got the showstopper online.
I'm gonna
now.
watch this match though.
Jamppi's the only
not that entertaining.
lacking here from Liquid.
Yes, the Team Liquid was loud, was intense.
Any sort of adjustment
This
here
one
from ZETA. No
is
real
like,
pressure
oh,
towards
Team
Aegis
Liquid
yet, so
whooping ass, then ZETA whooping ass,
lots
something
of
like that.
space to work with elsewhere on the map. Some of that lack of pressure from Nivera, but just on flank control duty. Viper's Pit invested towards B here, so it's actually going to force Liquid towards that mid setup once again. No snakebite to double down on the poison orb this time.
Again, we've seen these kind of later round hits because ZETA put up such a problematic hold towards a lot of the extremities, towards that middle side of things, and Liquid have to spend a lot of time doing this. So it does mean you end up down towards those late round hits, but again, half this map is really inaccessible towards them.
Seekers tell a big story here as well. Everything coming towards bottom mid, so they know that there's no pressure outside A. Can leave TENN on that island.
Kind of cheating the throw over a little early. I like that. soulcas slowed down. Gives them time to back away. Should be really hard to make this work for soulcas. He's just going to send it in. Oh dear.
I know
Dep,
exactly.
I don't think you know how lucky you might be, but now he's going to be forced to
Dep gets 3 kills.
Because soulcas leaps in with the judge. He has to go further. 10 seconds. He's trying to chase him down. Denied by Crow as Jamppi a 1v2, but time is his biggest enemy. They're just going to toy with him, play with him.
Yeah, now it's done. It's done for Jamppi. Jamppi can't win this.
The time is ripped away. It's 5-1.
It was excruciating to watch the showstopper there because you can see exactly, I mean, the cog's turning. He's isolating all these angles. It's just a split second behind finding that, and it's, of course,
I'm
the
sleepy.
one player that
Aren't
should
you
have died from the
sleepy?
showstopper depth. They find Laz as well, so they completely rip the Viper spit away. Like I said, Dep, after not being found with the showstopper, finds 3 kills, Lauren.
Such a
I mean, he's having a map here, 11 and 4 for ZETA here.
Letting Dep top trading right now.
Again of just, yes, they've created this pressure in mid,
Sentinel
but
for a
adjust
reason.
accordingly. And this is without the benefit of Laz. Like I said, the Viper spit towards B.
So impressive. And 5-1's, it's not a problem yet, but it's one of those that can trend towards it, right? You're starting to think, alright guys, we're starting, I mean, this scoreline's looking one-sided.
I would counter that because this feels like Fracture where they had nothing tangible to work from. From these round losses, you don't come away from thinking, right guys, actually that's where we need to focus. I don't feel as if Liquid are coming away from this with a list of objectives.
No, the lesson plan's missing. I think you're right. It's very hard to extrapolate much from this. But look who it is. TENN.
Sure, you're map 1 or judging map 3.
It's nasty. Hey, look, it's
That's
against someone like
Sugar Zero, but
True. But it's like you've had Jamppi, you've had Link. Like they, you know, you made this a thing. Sometimes what you put out in the world comes back. TENN says hello. That's one. You can see the hesitation on Nivera. Suddenly not loving it. Does deal with him really well. Rez comes in. We saw how isolated he was on his own here. So the rotations will be quite far away. Liquid should have.
Now it's a 4v5.
So no ultimates available on the way back in here, but Scream actually swings ahead of the Cosmic Divide here. Jamppi good for 2 down below as well. Dep will respond. Actually the res comes through as well. Wide out in the open here, and Liquid will find their second as well.
God, it was an easy win for Team Liquid. It's probably because of the Astro.
Well, actually, it's unknown territory to him.
Did cause a lot of mayhem.
Once before, Nivera's been punished, I think, by 10 previously as well. Again, good to clear that out. Whether or not this will actually pull somebody from ZETA to maybe now focus a bit more to supporting TENN, we'll have to wait and see. And if Liquid can actually exploit that.
Exactly, this then changes the dynamic of that middle control because you can't keep cheating the players over early on those rotations. You can't have as much faith in the read because they might re-explore this now. That's a possibility, right? So it's how do you then take that space back? You can now see the flashes coming through as well. Yeah, okay, Nivera's probably here. We know that by now. But a quicker pace from Liquid. They're eyeing up that B side fast. Just a little bit of confirmation over that A site presence, and they are just all on in on B straight away. soulcas not holding back for a second. He wants the space, he's going to take it. Now it is only odds and ends on the other side. It's pistol, so it's not going to be a huge defensive
guys. Kill Scream children. Now it's only 10 left.
Exactly what they need right now to bring the scoreline back to a better placement.
Favorable position for ZETA. This might
really
turn for TL.
The economy of Liquid. They bring it within 2 rounds of the Prime Gaming flawless. Spot, yeah, TENN does have a showstopper online now. Cosmic Divide available as well for ZETA. I said that previously, there's no adjustment there.
So
same sort of thing in terms of early round protocols for ZETA. The flash comes through, obviously expecting Nivera there, and really amounted to too much. But Liquid, like you said, a little bit of a pace change. Looked pretty comfortable for them here.
I feel as though they needed a good anti-eco like that as well, though. Just something to keep them trucking along, get that scoreline being closed in as best they can. Because we know the ZETA can cause that danger.
We actually do see an adjustment here, which is TENN coming across towards B.
They destroyed the wall from the beginning.
I mean, with Liquid leading away from mid with all these kind of deterrents in terms of utility, having him there to, let's say, at least combo the paint shell from this B main push. But we're actually seeing depth rotate over towards A.
It's a 5v5. No one is damaged right now. No.
Invested towards Laz now. We'll force him back.
Oh, Laz gets damaged right there. Laz is rolling one of the toughest spots.
Again, they're still working their way through by Melbourne. They're still taking their time here. No subtlety to this. So eyes go towards TENN and Crow. No quick rotation either. It's still a ways off. Laz can work his way through, but by now it's TENN. This is who we have to look at. He spots one on the cross, doesn't send it, doesn't quite find what he wants either. Soulcas still stands, but it's Crow to capitalize. Punishes one, but the trade comes in. Jamppi gonna deliver. And now Crow on the back line of sight. Can he do much more? Spots out Nivera, spots out one more. Still finds Jamppi. It's scrappy, but it's a 3v2. Liquid hold the numbers for now, and they need to keep building off this. Sugar Zero playing out from heaven, but spike in the hands of Scream. Oh, what a shot from Scream. Time to find it. And now Depp overwhelmed. Liquid, keep composure.
Looking a lot more comfortable here for Liquid. Going through the Mojo again. Similar execute we saw in the previous round with that Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Again, TENN, just unfortunately, I mean, yes, the showstopper gets popped. It's going to slow down that heaven push, but posting around, I don't think finds enough damage. I mean, Soulcas is dealt with pretty quickly by Crow anyway.
Someone is choking, yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not able to close the
TL is choking.
Liquid are going to be sweating.
No, TL is coming back. It was an ass whooping for TL. Just freaking 2 or 3 rounds ago, but now TL is coming back. They're the ones that's clutching. It is a full against 5 now.
When they've been given a puzzle that they can't work
having
out,
a freaking comeback. Now this kind of game is interesting.
Scorelines sometimes, they have been able to adapt. They found adaptation there. They found capability to break through that mid presence. A little bit of that A show kind of came in.
Now I have to
and again, this is going to force a timeout from ZETA, who have to do it right back at them. But it's good to see Liquid having that capability. Something that we've been waiting to.
It's a 30-second timeout at that. So beats in a fight forward how to add a microphone so we studio. What?
Bro, when I lost everything, I was so sad. I was like, dude, I sat in bed all day for 3 days in a row. I was like, and my mom was like, everything alright? I'm like, yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. My mom doesn't even know still. She's not ever gonna know about this, by the way.
What? Say what? He lost like, everything? Here's a streamer. I don't know that about him. I don't really know much about him. Or okay, let's start. Now we got a massive 5-4.
Rotations have come in as well. They might have to dismantle that slightly and fall away from it. Yeah, and they could have been held off for now.
They are gonna retreat now. Oh, so everybody's going A while they go
Link already quick to this rotation. ZETA now going to be thinking, there's no follow through here. Everybody committed, whether they're expecting
everybody's committing A. That was a real nice fake.
The side's going to be wide open for them.
B is wide open.
You never expect a double pump.
Oh, they're still not changing positions.
You know?
They're not going to change positions still. They freaking plan, right? Oh, they are changing positions. They took a little bit too much time, I guess. Oh, they did rush. They did rush. Now you don't want to go inside.
He's having a bit of a nightmare with it himself, isn't he?
That showstopper. Timing, the timing was kind of sadistic.
There's not really much to be played with. I guess a bit of lucky timing could work out for TENN here if he checks. He does.
Oh,
that's a rifle now to be picked up.
Didn't get a
now,
kill.
Is there anywhere else that could find a vulnerability? Soulcas. That's shaky. Oh, he's gone down. Laz has found him at Scream and Nivera.
Oh, Sugar Zero with 2 fucking kills with the Sheriff.
Full unleashing fury. Sprays in. He got attacked.
Oh. Nivera with the clutch at the end.
Delivers for Liquid. Ties things up.
He's a safety net.
Now it's a tie. Now it's a freaking tie.
No.
Is it?
This round just
It's the freaking fate telling me to just not make a video or something like that. I am gonna make a video. Maybe. I wanna, but I got assignments. I wanna cut college.
There's a moment here as well. You see again the spike cam.
I can't though.
Actually, the tag comes through down to 67 HP through the box as well.
There's a real shot at that. It's 5-5 and resilience shown by Liquid. Finest of margins in these sort of games.
Everybody's rushing B. Everybody's basically rushing B now.
Approach from Liquid and throws in a dangerous spot.
Oh, so the crow uses a note just like that. The ulti is
not working out as well. They know that they're close, but they don't know how close. Again,
crow gets a kill, another kill. Now it's only Link versus 4.
Last one standing and not right players, right place.
ZETA wins. ZETA with the win now. Now ZETA is back in the league. No man, that's not my freaking title. That's not gonna be my freaking title. I'm gonna do something, but not that. Not that.
Laz does have that Viper spin. I previously saw that invested over towards B main. We'll see if we see a carbon copy of the setup here.
Just get on with it. Get on with it. I'm sleepy as frick.
Here in mid to kind of slow things down, and
I had a really rough day.
Elsewhere.
I cleared this on a weekend. I had a freaking basketball match, and I had to go for a fashion show because my friend was participating. I didn't want to go watch it. It was freaking boring as hell. I felt like I was just wasting my time. Now, and tomorrow is a Sunday, but we still got assignments. And while we do the assignments, Sunday's just gonna end, which means Monday will begin. And we hate weekdays. Oh my god, I hate my freaking life.
Liquid are almost hesitating. It looks as if they want to lean back towards B, but they don't want to completely give up mid in terms of allowing a push to come through. But now with the wall going,
assignments and stuff. Who likes assignments? No one freaking does.
But now they need to read it correctly. Where they
I just want to play college. That's what I really want to play college.
Try and hold this safe. Depth forced to fight now, has to fall forward. Boombot comes in and 4 players for Liquid are on the side. The divide comes out as well. Soulcas targets Laz, and Soulcas fighting this. Liquid swing the pillar, get 3-3. TENN does what he can, but it looks like it's too little,
it's Sugar Zero versus 3 freaking people, and Sugar Zero loses. Now TL
even on the half.
Even
Z. I mean, the pressure really getting to ZETA now. Laz so hesitant to invest that ultimate off the rip, but
now it's getting real hella close.
A transparent indicator here from Liquid, and they just don't get it.
No. Wow. Okay, this is the type of game and the type of half that just determines you have to fight for these dreams. These are not just given on a platter.
No man, no.
It's still up in
I
the
ain't
air.
gonna
It could
quit
be
college
closer.
because I'm in love. I don't think I'm in love, bro. I'm an Aeromaniac. I think I am an Aeromaniac. I don't really know though. Oh, so we're gonna have something right here.
The score are dead even. Josh, you spoke about it already. You couldn't 100% call. What was?
Well, there's 2 viewers right there. One is me, one is you, bro. That's all the viewers I got. How long have I been streaming? Started streaming 58 minutes ago. Okay. So it's 58 minutes ago. Okay. I've been streaming for 58 minutes. I don't get another viewer. I want a viewer, man. Someone please watch. I'm freaking bored right now. I think I'm gonna go sleep, but I am really sleepy. I don't think I can stay alive.
ZETA Division have been a team that kind of struggles to adapt to their opponent, I think, and Liquid are showcasing what could separate that, you know, smaller team that's really trying to punch against the big dogs from one of the giants, honestly, in the Valorant scene. Their adaptation in this half was fantastic,
ZETA versus
They've got all
Team
the momentum
Liquid.
right now.
Team
6
Liquid
rounds
versus
on attack side
G2.
split
That's the
is
match that
really
people
good.
didn't want
The
to
other
watch.
thing I will say though
It's
is
been done
ZETA
over
are
and
normally
over
pretty
and
damn good on
over.
their attack side. They have a
We
lot
didn't
of
get
cool
it because Team
executions that
Liquid just
need to
lost
be ready
against
for, and
Loud,
almost
who
need to
they
disrupt.
expected the
I can't wait to
people
see what's gonna
freaking
happen in the
trash
second half,
talking.
guys, because
They were like
this is the last half. Both of these
Brazilians.
teams are
They called
going to
Brazilians
play Pansy and Hypo.
Brazilians.
Let's see who
And
can
now
take this one.
Loud and then Loud clutched at the last
6-6
freaking
is the
match and
scoreline
won
if you're
that
just tuning
shit.
in.
So never trash talk, I guess.
You've missed already
That's
a
the
perfect first
freaking
half to the final
end.
map here, but as Tom said, in my
That's
mind
the
as well,
freaking
Zeta
theme
are
of the
savages
thing
on
that I
this
was
attacking side,
saying,
so Liquid have to be
man.
really
I'm really
on the
bad
mark
at
here.
it.
Absolutely, and Josh was talking about swing factor.
Philosophy
Tenn's another
ain't
one for
my
me.
thing.
Really, he has to
I
shine
like
here on the
reading
attack
books about
for Zeta.
philosophy and stuff. I just don't like spitting my own freaking
Like initially,
knowledge and stuff
four-man
because
lead
that
towards
just
B main
looks
here. Actually,
stupid.
going to be spotted
And
by
it
the
just sounds
Trailblazer.
stupid too.
So taken away.
And now they freaking rushing.
They're still alive,
Oh,
though. Vic just gets overwhelmed.
white
Too
pick,
many-
and
too
they
many
get a
to
kill.
handle. Soulcas
2
tries to
freaking
keep
kills.
most
ZETA
calm against
10
the 10, just
gets
unleashing with
2
frenzy.
freaking
3v2
kills.
numbers advantage to
Now
Zeta
it's
here.
3v2.
Spike in hand as well. Nivera tries to fill the gap.
Oh.
It's punished. Tried to get a little bit of timing on it.
Now
not
it's
to
a
be in
1v3.
Jamppi. Yes, he's predicting the flank.
And
Needed that clean. Not going to have it.
Jamppi
First round of the
died.
second half
Yeah.
goes to Zeta.
One thing I've definitely got my eye on here, I mean, Liquid, this is a nice little stack.
oh, they
comparison here.
didn't get the
The
plant
retake
books.
success percentage is around, sits around 33.
Books to get for
That's Zeta on
painting
the other
the
side. They're
plant books. That's
fantastic
what I
at
call it.
converting post plants. A 75% success ratio for them. So this is where I'm looking for Zeta to really step up here.
What drama am I supposed to
see
start, man?
How it pans
Oh
out.
my
We pissed around
god,
on the
tenz
board.
is a freaking bitch.
Great start for
I'm just
them
playing
here.
with you.
You see how Liquid decide to approach this.
I know what drama to sell, man.
Sheriff's again looking pretty much like a Liquid save round.
Yep.
As always, Jamppi, Marshall in hand, Sheriffs across the board elsewhere.
Okay. Let's see what you get with
We
it, right?
might watch after a while, I don't know, man.
A couple of tags can
There
make
was
all
like
the difference here.
one person
And a lot of
came
players here
yesterday.
very
I
early for
don't
Liquid.
know
You've
what
got
you
3 players
gotta
dedicated
do
and
to
1
get.
towards the bottom side of rope, so
Oh,
this is not
start
without resilience.
earning
Some
as
stream
a
shows it.
streamer.
It's precise.
The guy
Again,
that
rotations on the
and
way.
that streamer
This
got
should be
real
dangerous. This should be
squeaky.
a
Do you
really
remember that guy?
bad time for the
He
Nivera. Gonna
he
make
had a
that towards
freaking
death.
sponsorship
Road, just one
video
another.
the
You have to look towards the side. Soulcas got a
today.
glimpse of one. Punishes
Which basically means he got sponsored, man. He didn't even have views. He had like 2 views at that time, man. 2 live views.
play from Jamppi.
How
He's
does
dealt
he
with
get
the
a
round.
freaking sponsor? I
across the
don't
line.
get it, man.
I don't say clean.
Everybody
Yeah.
sponsoring
That's all, yeah, the
everybody
rotations were
except
right for
me.
Liquid. I love that approach from they were in the right
I'm
place, right
being
time.
left
They
out.
concede 3. Let's see how
ZETA.
the purchase sits for Zeta here.
ZETA with 8 freaking wins.
but we know Liquid
And
gonna
on
come back
the
to
on
set.
the attack side,
This was
and
full by
TL at
judge.
6
A bulldog for
wins
Link.
on the defender side, man.
Yeah, but tell me the Zeta don't
Anything
plan
could
to this sort of
happen right
rounds.
now.
How many
It's
times
a
we see them do this sort of
close
stuff? I have to see
game.
Liquid just get a grip on this game fast.
Looking like
man.
they're going to play a pretty fast hit once
And
again on the
Zeta
ace side.
is
3
good
minutes
at
of Liquid here to hold down the fort.
equal rounds, I guess.
The snake bite setting in. 2 spots on side just to force.
No.
Oh, actually, 1 miss.
Double controller is double meta.
And I think for me, just
Double
seeing Liquid being in
controller
the right
is the
place,
meta
using
right now.
rotations correctly is such a
They're
key
gonna
indicator
show it
that
to
they're
you
so prepared for this as
right
well.
now.
Again, the rotations are
Just
here already. But
special
they
day.
did just cause, trying to make the most of it.
Oh,
Quick trade out. Sugar Zero gonna break through
Zero
towards
gets
screen.
killed.
They lose
Now
10
they're
short, but the site's
rotating
looking
to
vulnerable. This then
B.
puts it all
They're
in the hands of
freaking
Liquid, who's gonna
rotating
try
to
and
B.
slip towards B main, potentially try
And
limit that
Cypher
side
and
space. As
Jamppi
the rest are on the way,
reaches.
but they should be able to get at least a spike towards the side.
Oh.
Link takes an early fight, and he does. Slips
Link
away
gets
into the
killed,
night after
Link
just
gets a
garnering
kill.
that little bit of
Now
impact. It's
Cypher is
huge.
waiting right there. Nivera is waiting for it right there.
Is that what passed?
We let Jamppi through, but it seems it didn't get
Oh.
caught. Jamppi finds Dom. He tries to turn around. Sugar Zero
No.
says no. Crow with a kick.
Oh, it's a 2v2.
Another
Now it's a
2v2.
2v2.
But he's adjusted around already.
2v2,
They're both
man.
playing on the backside of
And
the
they
pillar. One flash
planted,
down,
which
that's
means
it.
the
They
time
get
is
another
on
backup, so
their
it's gotta be
side.
good. Catching one with a flash. Sugar Zero waiting patiently. They're trying to go on an exploration mission.
God,
They have to
they
try and clear
are
this with the time.
just
Sugar Zero
rotating
just
and
dip away
wasting
towards
time
CT
right
slightly,
now.
gets a little bit of safety.
Oh,
Crow even
Crow
finds
gets a
Soulcas,
kill off
and now they fight together.
Soulcas.
Link
Soulcas
presented
side.
the unthinkable.
Now
It was his
Crow.
side to control and
Oh,
his to
Crow
try and
get
keep in check. And
Link.
it's fallen to pieces. Oh, bullet ain't gonna do it. And ZETA do the damage.
Mag. Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah.
That was a
I mean,
really
initially
close
that one comes through onto 10.
That was a really
they're gonna
close
catch the
one
timing
right
here.
there.
Scream does a little bit of damage to that judge.
9-6.
But so
ZETA
quickly
freaking
remove
wins.
They have the benefit
And
of all this space
TL
and
at 6
rotation.
wins.
This is becoming real. This round right here has now put pretty double digits right on the board.
Yeah.
Right, you've got to say it.
ZETA just might win this.
Disaster. So that's probably 10-6 the way you're looking at it, and it's exactly why Liquid have this timeout right now, and it needs to be essential to their survival.
Timeout. Oh, Team Liquid's timeout.
For ZETA as well, obviously.
ZETA needs 4 wins, 4 round wins to win the whole thing. We'll see how many did they win right now? 6 rounds I think. They need another 7 rounds or something.
Massive playmakers in terms of this comp.
No, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I'm freaking bored right now.
First order. SeatGeek makes buying tickets easier than ever with a rating system that lets you know which tickets are a good deal and which tickets are a bad deal. If it's green, that's a banger. You're getting a good deal there. Red, not so much. I've been using SeatGeek for years. It's simple, it's easy, and it's a surefire way to get the best deal for your tickets. Whether it's a concert, basketball game, football, baseball, festival, SeatGeek's got it all. Download the app, use promo code Jimmy, and get $20 off your first order today. The first recorded triple-double in NBA history occurred on December 14th, 1950, over 70 years ago.
70 years ago, man. They didn't have Valorant then, did they? No, they didn't.
Soulcas away from
They probably didn't. They probably had like big ass bees.
I like quick rotations though. Scream is chomping at the bit as well. Actually gonna take the space off the back of the smoke that comes in. That's really nice.
They are committing. They're still committing B. And Jamppi is at A. It's a 5v4 at B.
He's gonna get a chance of this. Delivers one. He can't find more.
Forgot to watch the back.
How is
Scream
Laz
gets a
alive?
kill, but
Barely breathing, but still standing. A quick heal comes out. Crow gonna pause for a second. It does give another chance for Liquid though to keep trying to turn these screws, but the divide is up.
Give them an opportunity to find this plant safely to bring damage, but
Seeker's right back.
Cool, get damage.
Actually, ZETA perfectly comfortable in this reset.
There. Where's that burst gonna come from? There's so much firepower still standing though. Yeah, Scream's down. Don't worry, Soulcas has been having a really good map so far. You got Nivera, Jamppi. Still potential on this one, but ZETA digging their heels. There it is. Soulcas gonna find the first quick trade though. Crow perfect with it. Spray in. Nice. Takes the angle, takes the advantage, and takes the kill, leaving Soulcas in the dreaded position of a 1v3. Just a sheriff by his side, and damage would be lovely, but he's not gonna get it. It's 10 found for ZETA as they close in on what could be their map win now.
Wow.
Now,
I mean, it all comes down to this for me.
He just needs 3 freaking
now. It's almost beyond the point of doing damage to this
Let's go, ZETA. Let's go.
Such a cushion now.
To get punished.
TENN actually on the showstopper now.
ZETA, but still, I'm still going for ZETA. ZETA, let's go. I still want ZETA to win.
We saw it so apparent in match
Sugar
1 as well.
Soulcas, TENN, Soulcas has
great hold there from backside for him.
TENN and Laz.
See what the approach is. Liquid again with a similar setup. 3 towards 8. Jamppi, Soulcas and Nivera. Scream towards mid and Link. Solo anchor towards B.
Oh, I got freaking broken. Oh, TENN.
That instantly. Heaven's his.
TENN is a pretty good
initiator. From Liquid, want to fight it back this time. TENN sends it. Does he
oh,
find it?
he gets a kill. He gets a kill.
No shot.
TENN
But now they're
gets a
down to 4 so
freaking
early
kill.
on. This is still above a minute.
Well, they have the res. Whether or not ZETA are going to hang around here to try and police it. Haven't really got anything to punish it just yet, but Scream is very apprehensive.
Sponsor.
Okay.
ZETA are giving them the space to allow it.
Rest up, plus. I need a rest. I need to watch this. Frick, master. I need to complete it. I need to know, man. I can't sleep if I don't know. Hold on.
Looks like they're still going to go back at this.
I
Now
can't
Scream this
sleep.
time is going to be just dedicated towards heaven. But it looks like Ropes is on the board as well. They're not sure
They
just
are
yet. It looks like
rotating
Ropes
to
has
A.
been found here.
Jamppi
No
leaves.
one's stopping
No,
Ropes
Jamppi
yet.
comes
Flash
back.
comes in now. If
Oh,
you're looking
now
for
they
it,
know
you have to pull these
they're
players back.
coming for
The
A.
loss of Soulcas so
They are
early is going to be an
gonna
issue.
stay
2 tucked towards CT, 25 seconds
10.
now. Where do they go? Scream tries to thread the
Oh.
needle. He gets one, but a quick trade out. Crow all too
Quick
aware,
trade
and they
for
instantly
ZETA.
turn. They're trying to pivot
Crow.
this super quick back towards B, but there's still players
They're
present.
going back
This is
to
gonna be
B
super
now.
easy.
Oh, they get a kill. Right there. Now the Cypher will be staying there. Well, it's gonna be a 3v1 at
soulcas
B.
back on his feet, sure. He has to hold the line. He's got players by his side. He's not alone, but Link goes down. No! Sugar Zero! He found soulcas and the site's wide open. Nivera now has
Now
to somehow
Nivera
get
is the only guy that's
put
left.
up in his face.
Nivera, the only guy
He
that's
has to do something about this, but he's tagged down to 4 HP, and ZETA are running rings around Liquid.
Oh, he's gonna be saving. He's got 4 HP. It is really hard to dribble, even though it is doable.
And completely
If you know what
manipulate
I
Liquid. I mean, you could
man.
almost argue
You
with the
have
benefit
to
of
watch
having soulcas, almost an unexpected extra body
Stream the
towards
day
B.
before and all, right?
They
If
can't
you
hold on
did,
to it.
You would know.
ZETA will find
Maybe
their
not.
11th.
I am not really that good
Liquid
at
now
explaining
struggling
things,
for answers,
so
to be honest with you. Same
then,
setup once again.
you
ZETA
get what I
don't
mean?
even lean
It
into it.
is 11-6 no. Just 11 wins for
What's
ZETA
left
now.
in the tank for Liquid here? And seeing
6
no,
wins for
no
TL.
attempt to even be
2
proactive
wins
here
is
on
all
the
that
defensive
I
side,
need.
but
2
with how
wins, 2
fragile the
fucking
economy is,
wins. Let's
not
do
really
this,
having any of
man.
these.
Let's
Let's talk
get
about
the
the
dub.
playmaker
Let's get
ultimates
the
available
dub.
in these early rounds.
Oh God.
The timing's awful for Scream. Yes, he finds Laz as well, that's the thing, but the contingency's there in place. The double swing is perfectly timed.
TL's got to be taking a timeout right now. Yeah.
You don't often get put in these
They
scenarios.
seriously need
rounds
that
away
timeout.
from just going further than anyone expected.
And they are.
And again, I have to reiterate, Team Liquid are the ones who've stopped these dream runs in the past, right? Those crew games there, Cloud9 here and there. I mean, you roll it back, they have always held their nerve. They've always been the one to stop this. But I've got to say, ZETA have looked so well-rounded, excluding Haven. Right?
And it
Let's
was
remove
accomplished
that
by a
one.
player named Andy Phillip,
Clearly
who
did-
racked up 17 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Why
now, I
am I
say this is
watching
the first
basketball
recorded triple-double
video
because
on
prior
a
to the
Valorant
1950s,
stream? I don't think y'all are gonna like it. Let's just watch. I'm getting sucked by
He
ass
stopped
from
re-peeking
mom.
out of that guy.
Yes, bro.
He's stuck in U-Haul. He's stuck in U-Haul. I have it. I have it. Just go to the site. Just go to the site. I have U-Haul.
Chamber is
Raise his U-Haul.
sucked by.
Okay, watch the Reyna die.
Yes,
Reyna got U-Haul from.
Okay. But then the timeout might be over, so I have to go back. Yeah.
Backs against the wall,
is
ZETA
over,
on that
and
and
this
series
match
point.
starts.
And
And
Liquid
the
just
round
no
freaking
room for
starts.
error after that.
And they are gonna
Look at the
be
economy as well
committing
for
to mid
ZETA, that's the
now.
other thing.
It is called
5 round
for a
deficit
reason.
and
Gain
they're sitting
possession of mid,
pretty.
and then it is an easy.
Don't worry about that bank for a while.
Gain possession of mid. Might
Allow
not
this
make it
pressure
easy,
to
but
build
it
a
gives
slow
a
approach
huge
here.
advantage. So
Round
it
18.
is.
So intense.
First time we've seen the adjustment actually from Liquid, so
Okay. I mean, A has been pretty much left to its own devices. A couple of occasions they've gone
two
over,
fast hits at the start, right? That was it.
and it feels like maybe some reactive looks
Ten,
that way,
let's
but it's
go,
only if
ten.
Liquid have kind
I
of given them the
need
opportunity,
to
whereas
just
ZETA have
win
been
this
going for motions,
ten.
but I wonder.
Let's
we
go
say that,
win
and
this
of course
ten.
now look what's happening.
They are committed
Good.
to
Let's
A
do this
now.
right back at them.
Yeah, look as if they've got a decent understanding. Is Nivera and Link going to
They're
make their way
committed
across?
A
Jamppi going
now.
to be posted up with that judge still in mail, but see how far ZETA can get in here.
Oh,
Another miss on the showstopper.
oh, Scream gets a kill, or Laz gets a kill. Laz gets another Scream on a kill on Scream. Now it is 2 kills for Laz. And it's a 4v3 just like that. And, oh my
The
god.
ice cold Finn dips away. He doesn't fancy all the way trying to sell, but look at the
Jamppi
time.
with
He's
the
buying time.
judge.
He's denying approaches.
Oh,
following
this
them in towards
Nivera just there.
Who's gonna
Oh,
buy one,
Nivera
can't
gets 2
make too much
kills.
more than the
And
second
he
one towards Laz.
ends up
He
getting
follows
traded.
the
Oh,
Tony
Jamppi with the
dives
kill.
down and
Now
holds
it's
the
Crow
wall.
versus Link. It's a Crow versus Link. 1v1.
To go for this plant. And on the other
Oh,
side,
Link gets the
keeps
kill.
him alive
It's
in
a
this.
freaking win for TL. Nice
They
play
cling to life
right
once
there. Nice
again.
play right there.
We'll find the
My
defuse here. The
guy
thrifty
gets
round
killed.
wins. To find Liquid
It's
7.
not really
Could this be the turning of the tides here for them?
every day you get a thrifty.
What a crazy round again. It's just it's so anxious here for ZETA on the way in. Jamppi actually almost finds the second, but
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yes.
Rightfully so by
Yes.
Scream there. The most important.
Now it's 11 minutes for ZETA and 7 minutes for
Nothing
TENN.
left in the tank. I mean,
I
Link
am
with
thinking
3400
ZETA
behind
is
this,
gonna win, but who knows what might happen.
Left in the finances here.
There was
Not
ever
really
a
written
time
in the
to
books
find
now,
that little
is it?
spark, that kick back into the game. It had to be that round, and they found it in the form of Link. They found it in what they needed to. They're funneling them towards Nivera and just manipulating them from the start to the end around ZETA. I'm sure the nerves are just starting to mount the realization.
And I'm gonna be the next TENNs.
It always those final couple of rounds that seem so impossible.
6,000 people.
But it's
Yeah,
not.
I'm
The money still is
streaming
with
and I
them. They're
have
able to fashion a
2
full
viewers
purchase.
and I am
To
sleeping
really
in front
buy
of
for
them.
that
That is kinda embarrassing. I need to go, but I need to watch this stream too.
Despite not committed anywhere
Maybe
just yet,
just
so
one match,
actively looking for this
2
opening
more rounds.
engagement.
Win this time, and I need to get a
We
good
could
night's
revert
sleep
back to
after
this
that.
3-man hold on A site. She hasn't really been pressured again in the buy rounds, at least when we have seen this. Scream actually forced out of heaven as well, so lots of space opened up here by ZETA. It's actually going to pull the rotation. Nivera got to be on red alert now.
Come through. 10 not finding the entry he wanted. Nade's going to be quite nice. That pain shot's not going to be bad at all. But look at this presence as well. Still one towards the side that is unnoted. So much more for ZETA to clear. So much more for them to do on the priority list. I think they just saw Jamppi at pillar. And TENN's not having as clean of a start. He looks nervous. He looks anxious. And Nivera is unmoving, unblinking. Death dives down. And that's absolutely perfect for ZETA. Still keeping 3 alive against the last 2 Screamers.
That's a 2v3 right there. And Scream and Link gonna go against TENN and sykkuno in depth. It's gonna be a Sage vs Sage, Astra vs Astra, but then we got 2 more helpers. Oh, now it's a 1v4, which is really hard to rebuild. Is it gonna be a clash? No, it is.
On the board now, 1 round away from making history.
ZETA is about to win
and again,
this.
They have the advantage here.
They
As soon as those
need one
seekers come out,
freaking round.
they're already preemptively rotating, but again, just leaving soulcas so deep here that there isn't anything to bail him out. When this pressure comes through, he's overwhelmed. What a beautiful round from ZETA. Could that be the nail in the coffin? I mean, look at the purchase here. Look at the purchase.
There's nothing to it. It's 1 rifle on Link. Deep breaths. This could be history in the making. Team Liquid. Right place though. This is the right time.
Last match.
Gonna see this.
Last freaking round. And Cypher sees it. Is he gonna take the back? He is taking the back. He gets a kill. It's a 2 kill for TL. Now it's a 3v5. It is advantageous for
finally making use of that triple set up towards 8.
Team Liquid.
If sykkuno can find anything towards Link on B site here.
Man with the rifle.
I don't think they actually recovered either of the rifles outside of 8.
It's a 3v5 right here. Are they gonna clutch it? The Step, Crow, and sykkuno have clutch in their jeans.
Pressure to overwhelm them. The trades to be too effective.
No, they don't. They are too
bad. Maybe play from a little bit of a safer spot, maybe less of a one and done. And now sykkuno closing
sykkuno with 3 freaking kills. You know it.
There's a reality now that is presented that not many thought would happen, as Nivera and soulcas have it all on the plate. And the
sykkuno gets another kill. It's gonna be an ace for sykkuno. Does sykkuno have clutch? Does sykkuno have clutch? Is that even a freaking question? Is that even a freaking question? That's all I'm saying.
3. The divide. About to reveal all that anxiety, the terror that's in place. He finds one, he waits for the swing.
Gets a kill.
Nothing comes.
He's 70 HP. He's 24 HP. And sykkuno gets an ace. What a way to win the freaking match.
And the dream is alive for ZETA.
What an impressive performance in these guys. The dream run indeed.
Nice.
And Liquid, a redemption arc here. A Reykjavik shouldn't have even been here.
That was freaking sweet. sykkuno does have clutch, if you are wondering that. Nice.
ZETA stand tall, man. They stand up to the challenge.
GGWP.
How many new opponents, question marks we put to this squad? We have to now